has just been amazing for his team. He's able to farm on pretty much any champion in the majority of matchups. There's only been a couple times where he hasn't been able to get a large CS lead over his opponents, and he has done a little bit of roaming in those games.
We'll see what LMQ decides to be the biggest threat coming out of the hands of Curse. Like we said, Dominate had that 4-0 Rengar game yesterday, but they ban out the Kayle. Voidboy's been using that to quite an effect, as well as Kayle seeing some top lane play lately. So they just get it out altogether.
Yeah, a couple of AD carries focused here by Curse, banning out everything but Lucian, and then going for that first pick Lucian. So you can see definitely plan there to focus the bottom lane from Curse coming in, taking out most of Vasili's favorite champions, definitely the top tier ones there.
Yeah.
Probably he can still rely on that Ezreal if he needs to.
Haven't seen too much as, if any, coming in this season. Been a slow game for him. Jax looking to be locked in here for Ackerman. Something he can safely control his lane with and scale nicely into the late game, somewhere LMQ figures they may be going considering their play yesterday. See, it's going to be probably a Lee Sin for no name. The captain of the team and the shot caller with the mobility around the map's never going to hurt. So, seems like a lot of people this week. TSM even did it yesterday. First pick on the AD carry. Just to get that AD carry in a safe spot. Especially
for Curse with Cop. In Curse's wins, Cop has always had the best scoreline for the team.
Yeah.
So they really do need him to feel comfortable on the champion, whatever champion he is using, because he is one of those more safe style AD carries. He really waits for an opponent to make a mistake and then he'll make a move. Rarely does he take the initiative to actually cause a confrontation.
It's definitely a good pick for that Lucian. That's where they got their Dignitas win. His Lucian play was 7-0-4, so he'll try to replicate that, obviously. Let's see what they have locked in. See, Dominate could be going for the Elise. Something he's had in his pocket quite a few times, and Special looks to grab up the Braum. Third pick in coming in on the blue side. We'll see if he's able to lock that one in. If not, I'm sure Moore would be more than happy to grab that one up. But yesterday we saw the Sightstones coming out on some Elises as well. A little bit of change for the Vision game.
Everybody talking about that real early Sightstone from Amazing before completing his jungle item for the gold income. But Curse also, they have actually been struggling with vision control as well. So maybe they will pick up on that new trend. A lot of early sight zones coming out. I know Jat is definitely happy about that.
Could be the Corki for Vasily, making his way back in as well. Something that was denied yesterday in a few games, has taken a lot of priority in the position of AD carries lately. Talked a little bit about the Braum as well. Like Specials yesterday had a loss on Braum, Moore had a win. So they kind of just hover over him back and forth. Morgana saw a lot of bans yesterday with Braum going through. Today, both of them get through.
Yeah. Morgana is good against Braum because she can Black Shield one of the stuns, but he can set up multiple different passive stuns. So she's not really a hard counter. Do like this lane though, Morgana plus Corki. Corki really has a strong mid-game power spike. And even in laning phase here, if you get hit with a binding, he can dump out a lot of magic damage, which is extremely effective in laning phase if they do go in a 2 versus 2 situation, because a lot of AD carries will not run full magic resist for their glyphs.
We'll see Vasily, his first time on Corki here in the NALCS. He's got a band against him yesterday versus EG. Now to lock in for Curse. The slow hovers for these guys. Everybody's kind of taking their time. Yesterday we saw some quite fast champion selects. And the slow wait here, looking for something to support Cop. Get him into safety. Give a top laner over to Quas. More safety there. Going to hopefully be able to push out and punish Ackerman so he can't get too big too early.
I really do like supplementing this Kassadin pick with a strong other solo laner, their secondary solo laner here, picking up the Renekton, because you don't want to have 2 laners that are susceptible to being shoved in, or else you open yourself up to a lot of jungle pressure.
A little counter effect.
Well, we do have AD oriented champions are always really good picks against Kassadin. You know, the Yasuo, the Zed, and of course the Pantheon as well, always an option. Xiao, though, this is a very, very risky mid lane champion to use because Pantheon is such an all-in champion. If he's going to go aggressive on Voyboy, he does need a lot of vision of where the enemy jungler is. You know, either wards on the side of the mid lane or have No Name invading the jungle and going to try and find Dominate to relieve that extra pressure so that Pantheon can actually go very aggressive on Kassadin.
Well, very aggressive falls right in the line with LMQ, so we'll see how they play it. The game is taking shape, so let's see who you are predicting to win. According to LOLesports.com, LMQ leads with 84% of the vote.
And you can keep on voting by tweeting either CRS win or LMQ win to @LOL Esports, and we'll be updating the poll throughout the game.
So with that sort of pick, you know, are they going to be all right if they do scale the late game? They have the Jax in the top lane that's pretty good, but does Pantheon sort of fall off in that situation?
Yeah, Pantheon and Lee Sin both not that great in the late game. However, the Jax, as you said, very, very good late game. However, those are also 3 melee carries for the team, so they will get clustered up fairly easily. Really, though, what we're looking at is this is not a farm-heavy champion. Pantheon's not a very farm-heavy champion for Xiao. So not the typical style that we have seen a lot from him. However, it opens up so many more possibilities because you can get Pantheon Grand Skyfalls from the mid lane. It's a great position for him to be in. He can go either top or bottom. He can also defend or attack enemy jungle objectives very, very easily.
Well, we're about to jump on to the Rift. Week 4, Day 2. Curse versus LMQ. The fans are ready and pumped up for this game. The cheers are coming out as soon as the players walk onto the stage. They're getting 3 cheers from their fans, and they're going to use that momentum as they carry into the game. Seeing Voyboy on Kassadin. Play coming in from him. It's going to be the first time he's brought it out in the NA Summer Split. We'll see how he does here against Xiao's Pantheon. First NA Summer Split mid-pick.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
All right. I like this opening here because we might see some early action as they run into Renekton. Ackerman gets seen, though. Quas has been alerted.
LMQ in their interview is always saying that they have something prepared for each team. They kind of get something ready. They'll be able to change it up. Leaving the Kassadin through here and the ban is not something we see ever coming from the red side, and this time it gets picked up by Voyboy, so we'll see if they can counter it. Maybe this is what they wanted to play into coming into this game as they make their way into the jungle.
So red side invade, or blue side invade here for LMQ. Interesting because a lot of the time when you invade that top side, you're going to leave your duo of Corki and Morgana up top, and they're going to give up that really early dragon control to Curse voluntarily. It doesn't happen a lot for the red side team.
Minions have spawned.
A little bit of armor in the mid lane for Voyboy. Cloth and pots, going old school. He does not want to take pain. You can see Xiao on consumables as well. He feels he'll take a little bit of harass, but he'll be able to stay there as well. It'll be interesting, you said, to see what that CS really gets to at 10. Voyboy versus Xiao. That is 93 Xiao and 67 for Voyboy. So definitely a discrepancy there.
Also, that mid lane, since we are going to have lane swaps, will be heavily influenced by the early roams. When we do see lane swaps, there are even more people roaming around early than usual. So Xiao can't go extremely aggressive because for the beginning of the game, he does not have vision on 2 of the champions now. Not just the jungler, but also that solo top laner that is buddy jungling with him.
Yesterday we got more of the standard lane matchups. Back to the 2v none today, and we'll see how they coordinate. Cop hoping to farm it up real well, and again, just be a nuisance on that Lucian. Like we said, his last gameplay on Lucian was Dig at 704, so he definitely had a challenge. They're going to against LMQ again.
Yeah, and as far as those duos are concerned, there's a little bit of an edge there for Moore when they do get to the turret. He's got the spell thief.
Oh, dear.
Here comes the early roam, though. It's LMQ pulling the trigger first. It's not a 3-man. This is going to be 4 people in mid. Let's see if Curse can get there in time to answer. Voyboy, though, playing very cautiously here.
This is a whole lot of love. There's the dash. There's the dark bow. Just a little late on that one. Voyboy getting himself out, and he's going to call for that for mid, but he blows his flash.
Voyboy got 2 flashes out of that, and he also got the ignite from Xiao. So pretty big expenditure of summoner spells there for LMQ for this early aggressive move.
As dangerous as it is, it's a little safer.
Yeah, they do give up that dragon though that we talked about, and that's not anything surprising here because they were the ones to switch their AD and support top. They knew that what they were getting into doing that very early. They should as well estimate the timer. That's something a lot of teams really should be looking to do when they give up these early dragons. Not giving up on mid here, though. No flash.
Right on the backside, he hits it. The Dark Binding misses this time. Wait a minute. Voyboy, oh, he almost gets the Q shield to come up nicely, but he goes down. Xpecial could fall here as well. And they give up quite a bit for going for that dragon.
Yeah,
especially with it not being worth that
Xpecial
much.
looked really cool jumping in with the Superman save there from Braum, but they did not have enough people to back it up. And, you know, good intentions are great, but he just did not have the power to save Voyboy, so threw his life away there.
Well, LMQ is definitely showing that they are playing the picks the way they should be played. They're trying to get the early aggression in. They're trying to get this started, so Curse has no time to ramp up.
Yeah, they definitely had the game plan of focusing Voyboy early here. And they want to get Xiao to the point where he can freely roam, because if he puts down Voyboy early, then they gain so much map control. Even though Voyboy has teleport, if you pressure him enough, keep it on cooldown for long enough, there's no way he can answer Xiao gank for gank, because Pantheon's ulti has a lower cooldown than the summoner spell. So he can make a lot more plays on the side lanes than Voyboy will be able to. And he gets to take a combat summoner of Ignite.
Voyboy doing what he can, throws down 2 wards, and they're instantly being cleared out.
Yeah, I talked about having vision in the mid lane and how important that was going to be for Xiao.
2 ping.
They are taking this to a whole nother level. I didn't think they were going to put this much effort into the vision control around mid lane, but this whole game is revolving around mid.
I like it. He called for action, Kobe, and we're getting a bit of it. Quas now entering the fray here. The AD carries are having a field day in the top and bottom lane.
Oh,
Quas! We got level 2s, we got level 3s. It's a variety party going on right now. Xpecial trying to get out of this one. Xiao already down on the stun, so he can't provide more of that. But LMQ has a lot of crowd control to offer in these fights.
Great shield from Xpecial there, really reducing a lot of damage there from the 4 members of LMQ. And you're right, we are having a lot of action. It's almost like 2 games being played. The 4v4 all mid, and then the AD carries just practicing their farm skills. Last hitting for both of those guys going pretty well. We do have a slight lead for Vasily, but Kopp is a little bit safer in position, closer to his own territory. We'll see how
safe that is.
How safe that position actually is if he tries to get a little frisky here with the 3-man dive.
Well, this is interesting because it's going to try and be thwarted by Xpecial, but also trying to do it on the top side here. Vasily could find some problems.
The other thing to note about what LMQ just did is they left a second layer of wards. So first layer had already run its full duration and expired. Now there will continue to have vision control down on this red side jungle. They can look for repeat invades. They can look for the second dragon. First dragon, not that big of a deal for a lot of teams to give up, but you don't want to let the chain of dragons really continue, or it does get out of hand, especially since Curse are running that teleport on Renekton. It's great for early dragons. Red side jungle control really going to pay off.
Oh my gosh. He has to flash over the wall to repel for safety. Does not need to. That would have been a dive under the turret for Ackerman. But LMQ keeping it safe while still getting the pressure on the jungle that they want.
Yeah, they've just basically upped the game here.
Yeah.
You know, you guys really like the duo jungle. Why not triple jungle?
Keep it going.
Solo experience as well for Corki. I really like this. Corki is a very, very strong solo champion. If he gets past that early spot there, he's now level, what is that, 6? Yeah, he's got his rockets
Just
now.
hit 7.
So he's got a huge power spike whenever he gets a level in those rockets. First level means a pretty big deal. Second level increases the damage a lot. So Corki, being that very mage-oriented AD carry, going to definitely benefit a lot from that solo experience lane. Same is definitely true of Lucian as well, just because he's a great all-around AD carry. But both these teams are really going to have 2 solos, and they're not coming from where you think they are.
Well, keeping the farm up on both sides. We don't have the back from Cop yet. He is now just doing that. And Xiao pushing very hard into the mid lane. Right behind him is No Name making some calls. It looks like they will, again, call it special up from the bottom. Him and Moore have just been kind of doing this circle roam around the entire map as we saw the party of 3. See how that affects them being so low. Sightstone already out on Moore. And like we said, the pink wards are still coming out in the mid lane on each side to shut down Voyboy.
Yeah, that vision control around mid, extremely important for these guys, as you can see. Level 7 Xiao. Let's see. Blue buff on, so if he does go for one of the side lane ganks, very low cooldown on it as well. Renekton has gone to his standard lane. Bottom lane might shake out pretty soon into standard lanes. And with LMQ spending so much time down there, it does look like they want to get Vasily a pretty good lead, which is definitely expected considering how much emphasis Curse put on in picks and bans and shutting down Vasily.
Yeah.
You know, taking out his favorite champions and first picking Lucian. They actually really forced him onto that Corki.
It seems like he'll be more than happy to play it. Definitely something he has under his belt of champions to play. Cop and Xpecial are going to return to that lane. We'll finally get a standard matchup between those two, but we just kind of looked and it was around 70 to 70. Now it's 92 to 78. So a surge there from Vasily as Cop did the lane change. We'll see if they can control that and make it work in their favor. It's a dangerous lane though that supports without ults and still very low.
Yeah, it's so funny to see this giant level discrepancy between AD carries and supports. Usually when you're in a standard duo lane, you definitely want to focus that AD carry because they're the ones putting out so much damage. But when the support is level 3 to level 8 AD carries, they're also a very viable target. And here comes the second dragon that we talked about, stopping that chain with so much vision control being spent from LMQ on the bottom side of the map.
Easy control there. Xiao. He is waiting. He's looking. Is it going to come in? That's the patient wait for the jump.
Quas is pretty far up in the lane there, so definitely an option. However, with both of these teams running 2 globals, you know, either 2 summoner teleports or 1 summoner and the Grand Skyfall, a lot of jungle pressure usually oriented at attacking the source of those globals so that they can't join somebody else.
All right. I like the idea of this as well. Xiao stays in mid. The ward coverage says Dominate's going to be wasting time as he heads towards the top lane. Ackerman just stays safe. LMQ knows they are ahead right now. They don't need to force anything with 2 kills and about 1,000 gold lead. Damage coming out from Cop. The BF swords to match and trade. Just a longsword actually on Cop's side for a little bit more damage. Vasily will be able to match that nicely with his rockets. Just waiting for these level 6s on Xpecial and Vasily, and we might actually see some action. Or Xpecial and Moorish.
Yeah, I like the side bush ward control from Moore here. Actually going to try and take advantage. Land one of those dark bindings on Cop from the Fog of War inside one of those bushes. Always makes it a lot easier.
Xiao is back. Looking at that just over 10 minutes. It kind of sits true. Still on Pantheon, 93 to 67. In this last matchup at 10 minutes, it was 93 to 67. Exactly the CS, just a minute later. Things are keep going consistent for LMQ. It's one word we use quite a bit when we're talking about them. Consistency in all the lanes, and if it doesn't happen, they bring each other up. So they are back to that level of play.
Yeah, definitely they're playing consistently, and that's true to the name. I think the biggest surprise has been the constant 4 pink wards set down around this mid area, which has really allowed them to make a lot of their plans originating from this mid lane. There's the binding that finally hit.
Ooh, he throws up Unbreakable. Already got the stand behind me on, so there's the added armor for Cop, but they're going to throw back the culling. Can they get the concussive blows on? They cannot lock down Moore any further, and they're able to get out safely, but he is bleeding. He's going to have to go home and patch that up. Both summoners using the bot lane along with heal, so huge advantage to Curse here.
So much trading going on. Bottom,
Vasily trying to go ham on that one. Looks like they're going to get a jump in as well. Xiao's going to be all alone on the deep dive here. Right to the turret, Unbreakable for Xpecial. Throws down the Glacial Fissure. The Ignite is ticking. First blood to Xiao and the man drop.
Voyboy cancels his teleport from mid as well. I was going to start talking about
Not first blood.
So much trading down bottom with 4 globals on the map for you know, each of these teams having 2. sooner or later, that powder keg was just going to explode, and it goes off for LMQ there. Vasily making the very aggressive move, balking forward, and only one teleport going to come in since Quasas is down, having to use it for laning. Same for Ackerman there, but the jump from Pantheon definitely shows. Much quicker than the reaction from Voyboy. Wasn't able to pull that off.
Xiao's first kill. Get me so excited. It's the 3rd kill of the game. We're already in. Blood has been spilled. Blue buff over to him as he loves to get everyone. Actually was only able to get 2 blue buffs in the previous game against EG here as he fights in mid lane. Stand behind me from McSpecial. Almost gets there in time. The crowd control you can see though, what can potentially be from that team when they get a good catch.
Great flash though from Xiao. I mean, the point blank Braum Qs is a very popular strategy, jumping to your own minions so that you can guarantee the hit. But even then, it's not guaranteed, as Xiao just proved. So definitely a good flash saving his life there.
Good credit to Curse though, coming off right with the blue. They want to get it out of the hands of Xiao so he can't do any more damage with it, but thwarted. LMQ is usually a step ahead in seeing what's going to happen. Their vision has died down a little bit in mid. Want to be sure to get that back up quickly. Damage being built by Xiao here. BF sword after the brutalizer. He is looking to go hard and finish this game fast.
I do like early armor penetration on Pantheon. It's all about getting very quick kills when he jumps in, because as we said, he's an all-in champion. No escapes after he jumps.
Coming up on 15 minutes in the game. A shutout in kills and turret so far onto Curse. LMQ has been able to break 2 of those on the map. Voyboy still holds his turret strong, even though he's been quite a focus in this game. And he's only died once, but you can already see building up a Glacial Shroud immediately for that armor defense.
Yeah, so it's kind of misleading because at first glance, you think, oh, this LMQ team is mostly armor, but it's not. It's not actually armor that's really going to protect you from this team because there's so much mixed damage from Jax and Corki. They have a substantial amount of magic damage as well. What's really important are attack speed slows, because that still does hinder Jax damage a lot. So going with that Frozen Heart would be a very good pickup for Voyboy. I'll be interested to see if he actually goes Frozen Heart or if he goes with the Frost Gauntlets. And see how early he wants to get one of those items, because Frozen Heart would definitely do a lot of work against his team, but LMQ have a very strong mid-game with the Pantheon, Corki, and Lee Sin here.
Now stacking Bloodthirsters as well. With Xiao and that Bloodthirster, it'll be charged in about 30 seconds, so he'll be bringing full damage into the fight.
Also, Voyboy's teleport is just now coming up, and Dragon's got 5 seconds on it. This could easily be a 5-on-5 down around Dragon. Curse sitting at a 3,000 gold deficit. Oh,
wow, what a great flash play. Dominate just hit one. They try it again. The Glacial Fissure knocks up more so they can get what they want out of this. And those are the plays that we remember Curse doing from behind in gold.
Yep, and we were talking about Curse's confidence coming into this game. They've been a little bit hesitant to make decisive plays like that. Really, really big pickup for them right there. Props to Dominate.
Yeah.
Seeing the play, going for it at the perfect time as well. They know that Dragon's up. If they make one of these picks, at worst he's going to blow a flash. So at worst it will be a flash trade. 100% worth it to try and make that play right there. And not only do they get the kills, but Dragon boosts them right back into this game.
That was definitely a situation of not fully respecting the team standing in front of you. Xiao just waltz in right in front of the entire Curse team. Dominate makes a great play when they start taking down turrets across the map. Curse gets their first turret out of this kind of scramble. They also lose one as well, so LMQ is keeping their gold up as well.
Ooh, sneaky Xiao.
This push hurts a lot. Quas trying to get out of the situation. He is 11-9, and it looks like he's going to walk right into more. The jump goes up, and it was to stop Quas, but they're going to be able to cycle back around on this one. Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike. And one last kick to the chin. Quas goes down 4-2, coming up on 18 minutes in the game.
All right, so pick up there. Xiao gets an assist at least for all of his bush troubles. And we always have to remember that LMQ, while the 4-man squad is really mid-game oriented, they do have this insurance plan of the Jax for the late game too, if it does go late. So Curse, we'll have to see if Voyboy can actually get going here, because LMQ are picking up more stray kills, and they're getting some pretty good vision down. It's not that deep in Curse's jungle, but all they need is a little bit of vision. Since all of the outer turrets are down, it's very easy to make a pick with those Pantheon ultis, even if you think you're in safe territory. Ackerman hasn't had to use his teleport, so they could easily join any small skirmish and turn it into a full 5-on-5 team fight.
That map control window you're working with, all the teleports and the man drops you have to be worried about. Oh, Vasily turn around some phosphorus, still has good vision on it due to that effect. And get themselves out safe.
So Voyboy did not go for the early Frozen Heart. He went with the Frostborn Gauntlets. Early Frozen Heart is definitely very, very defensive play. And we're not going to see a lot of Jax in the team fights this early, so he doesn't have to rush it. He could still get one, and it would work on the new Kassadin. But we'll see. Might be a bit delayed.
Curse, be very careful here. Very low health, down by 2,000 gold to enter this fight. And it looks like just in items across all the lanes, LMQ is ready to bring this one home. 2-0-1 for No Name coming out of the jungle. He's been pretty much all over the map. We just saw him finalizing a kill in Quas in the bottom lane. Is he in the right place at the right time? Ackerman now going towards the bottom lane. His teleport is up, as we said. It looks like they're going to start pushing back Curse out of their own jungle.
So I like this new take here for LMQ on the split push Jax. They have their 4-man squad is not about, you know, poking, sieging up, and disengaging. Their 4-man squad is about creating fights inside the jungle. They're constantly going for invades. They're challenging Curse on every single objective. They're challenging them on any little bit of vision that Curse try and grab for themselves. And this whole while, they're still buying time for Ackerman to split push by creating pressure with the 4-man squad elsewhere. And it's really working out for them. We're going to hit that point very soon where he begins to overpower Quas. And the split push definitely will go in LMQ's favor. We'll have to see how the extra teleports and globals do change that matchup, though.
Going to be a different situation, but Curse almost used to this, being able to get fight wins when they're down in gold, and then they kind of find themselves in a sore position, going for a little bit more once they got that, once their confidence gets built up too much. Hopefully they can kind of keep that part at bay where it goes awry, and they can keep it strong, trying for a quick play as they clear a ward. Voyboy still extending himself, making sure not to overextend. And you can just see how much LMQ can kind of resist and be resilient to these Curse attacks.
Yeah, I don't know. How long can they resist, though? Because Kassadin is one of the best, if not the best champion at chasing people down, especially with the early Frostborn Gauntlet for Voyboy. So even though Ackerman, you know, he can bully Quas right now since Quas has gone Sunfire Cape and it's not the best dueling item. He has to always worry about, is Kassadin going to be teleporting in behind me? Is Kassadin going to come chase me down? So he can't be completely aggressive and push this matchup to its limits. Because Voyboy, the threat is always there, and he's keeping a lot of this extra LMQ aggression in check here. Because if anybody gets out of position, they can really capitalize on any sort of chase.
Sweepers are up right now, so looking at LMQ's side of the map where they used to have all these pink wards, definitely not as much coverage. They've been warding a little bit less here coming into the game. A few pink wards still down for Vasily and more to keep the objective safe when they have the time to control them, but not as much vision as usual.
Yeah, I mean, look at how well Curse have been fighting back. They've got their 3 sweepers as well. They're definitely trying their best, and they get another pick.
Really? The Glacial Fissure as well, and that's the Piercing Light from Cop coming in. Xpecial throws up the Unbreakable for a bit of movement speed, giving up a good shield, another kill. No, that one going over to Voyboy. Gold that he very much needed.
And look at the timing of these picks. Once again, LMQ venture into Curse's territory, trying to get that vision game back. 10 seconds now left on Dragon. Perfect timing for Curse to grab another objective. However, during this whole time, Jack's still getting more farm down bottom. He is going to pressure the bottom turret. We'll see if Curse can both get the Dragon and collapse down onto Jax. That would be the best case scenario for them. However, they don't want to spread themselves too thin. Pantheon could join the fight. Xiao Xiao is farming Wraiths, though, so he won't be able to save Ackerman here.
Uh-oh.
LMQ try and rotate.
A flash. Throws down the Q, gets a nice Winter's Bite down, but is it going to be enough? This is enough time for the team to run in. Here is the man drop coming in. A very low Ackerman, the piercing light from Cop. Cop going so deep in the fight with Void Boy right now. They cannot get enough damage onto No Name, but they already clear Xiaowei Xiao out of the fight. Turn it around onto Moore as well. A 3-0, and Curse is just taking a 2,000 gold lead.
I don't know. Even though Curse had great vision control around the back dragon, they did enter from a lane. So Ackerman's got to know he's in trouble down there.
Yeah.
And the rest of LMQ didn't really make an early move to swing down and protect him. Xiao Xiao was farming grapes at the very beginning there. So they come in a little bit late, and Curse really snowballing that one pick into Dragon, plus another pick. Whole bunch of kills for the team. Really good collapse and chase there from Curse. So this is them. They've been chasing Ackerman for a while. LMQ finally arrives, and it's going to be the jump in from Xiao Xiao. He does get a pretty good stun here, but Void Boy Rift walks right when the stun went in. So he actually closed that distance, and they were able to finish off Ackerman without any casualties. Great timing right there for that Rift walk.
Really fantastic play around the board. Cop getting himself into some dangerous spots. 3-0-3. We said the last game for him on Lucian was a 7-0-4. He's looking to do a repeat of the history on that. 25 minutes into the game, Curse starts to turn the tables.
And here's those attack speed slows coming in from Curse. Oh, well, they're going to chase one more down here.
Gets the stun on. The shield comes up for Void Boy, mitigating quite a bit of damage. Dominate just wants a little bit. He does finally get the assist on the outside. And Curse is finding everything they want, and with the composition LMQ has, it's looking very grim now.
Right. People always talk about the reason you ban Kassadin away is because off of just a couple kills, he can snowball so quickly. And Curse have done that. They got two really key picks in the fight over Vision, where Dominate was always in a very good position. They land the pick, and they get the kill very quickly, with Xpecial following up with Braum so much CC. Yeah. But yeah, they've been able to snowball this Kassadin now. He's gotten those kills. Void Boy should be off to a very good start. And those attack speed slows that I was mentioning, all coming in threes here. 3 Randuins in the process of being built for Curse.
Right.
That's going to be great defense against all members of LMQ.
Well, we got to make sure we mark the confidence. They're playing it well, but will they overextend themselves? That's when they get into a dangerous position. The last 5 minutes have been a huge boon for Curse, putting themselves in the lead 8-4, and they're almost evening up the turret game here, but it already seems like they've kind of taken back map pressure.
Yeah, we'll see how well they can actually end out the game, because this has really been key for a lot of the teams.
Yep.
So many teams can get early leads, but the ability to finish without a team comp that's obviously Siege, without a team that's obviously great at poke like Nidalee or something like this, a lot of teams have been struggling with these more team fight oriented groups of champions. The wrinkle in this match is that there's so much global movement with all the teleports and the Grand Skyfall. It's really going to be all about the split push and how quick these teams can change lanes. It's not going to be really big 5v5 setups at a turret, the sieges. I think it's going to be really all about the use of those globals and keeping track of your opponent's timers on their ability to traverse the map.
LMQ has definitely went back to the warding, but you can see it's almost a defensive line of security they've put just behind Baron, a little bit across mid as well. They want to know if anything enters their jungle. Previously, they were all in Curse's jungle, trying to find everything they could. Now they're thinking twice about it. We got 0-0 and 7 on Dominate. Have to remember Dominate's flash cocoon to really start everything off on Xiaowei Xiao in the mid lane. Seems like Curse is just kind of riding that momentum right now.
All right, let's see, because they are going to have a clash here over Vision once again. This time it's in LMQ's territory. You can see the swing of the game as the battlefield and the gold have both swung up to LMQ territory as Curse, after that last chase, gained a whole bunch of gold. Once again, that's why Ackerman has to be worried.
Always. They're going to the source of the teleport.
Yeah, that's the threat I'm talking about. Even though he's got, a pretty good handle on Quaffs and he can continue to pressure him, this Void Boy Kassadin, he didn't even have to use his teleport to get in behind Ackerman. Look at the vision for Ackerman down in bottom lane. Non-existent.
No.
And Void Boy's able to sneak right in there. Great job by him, making use of the very mobile assassin Kassadin there, and he actually gets the Frozen Heart instead of Randuin, so I'm happy with that pickup.
Well, it's something that LMQ seems they usually could do with having such a lead in the game. You know, they might be able to be a little lackluster on wards. This time, it's really biting them in the butt. Not able to get any of the engagements they want, have been getting engaged down for the past 10 minutes. 34 seconds on Dragon, and Curse probably has this in mind already.
Yeah, I think the main story of the game are those few moments where LMQ were looking to get more wards down, and they just get caught out.
Right.
The multiple picks. First, Xiao coming up mid and not respecting the flash cocoon from Dominate, and then as well inside their own red jungle, more a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah.
Not putting on his black shield when he goes to face check and put a ward. Those two small mistakes, though, you have to give credit for Curse. They were able to capitalize. Just a couple of picks, and they were able to snowball their Kassadin, gain a lot of the map control.
Man.
And last outer turret finally falls for them.
And that Kassadin, it's like a rock right now. The cold-hearted Kassadin, Frozen Heart, Frost or Iceborne Gauntlets in there as well, and a little bit of HP with an Elixir for whenever he needs some more AP in the fight. Ackerman trying to pull back some cash money for the team here, but just in the wings. Ardent Blaze, that means the movement speed may not actually didn't, I believe, hit Ackerman on that, so he didn't get too much for the follow-up. Also has his Sheen shot still there, so
they
push him off.
They burn his flash on.
Right.
We've seen how important that flash is because Ackerman keeps getting himself into very dangerous situations. And he's not going to have that extra escape that he really needs. Ooh, big power spike from Voidboy. Hit that level 16.
Very nice getting the next level of his ultimate. 10,700 gold to Xiao's 9,700. Got a 1,000 gold lead on Xiao. Really Curse working together as a team here. We've talked about how LMQ works as a team. Right now, jumping over the back of the wall.
Everybody hopping over the back of the wall. Sneaky Baron, but Voidboy.
Uh-oh. Everybody's out as well. Flashes. Holy macaroni. Wait, 2 flashes and a safeguard.
You saw nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nobody in the back of that Baron.
I blinked. You're right. It was gone.
These are not the LMQ members you're looking for, boy.
That would have been some scary stuff. Xiao was remembering his Yasuo plays and did not want the same type of medicine there. See what Curse can keep pushing.
That play right there is so telling of how this game is going. You can really feel what LMQ are feeling as a viewer right now. They're so desperate, and they're really feeling the pressure. They have to go for these sneaky Baron steals.
Just like that. That no feeling. But I think No Name's going to get hit up one more time. The Force Pulse is there. Xiao. This is a 2v2. Now the Glacial Fisher in the 3v2. 4v2. Coming out of nowhere as Cop throws down the Authority with Dominate on Elise. And they're able to pick up another 3-for-0.
That Bruiser Kassadin coming up big for Voidboy. You kick him away, and he's right back in your face. Takes
Never stops getting back.
More than a few hits.
There you go.
Voidboy out of
Cop's like, I'll just walk around.
All right, so Voidboy actually teleports back in, right behind.
Oh, baby, face to face. Draw, dukes are up. Oh, Voidboy, that's cheesy. He comes in for the 2v1. Cop wanted the duel, but it's all right. That's teamwork. That's kill.
LMQ are sort of unraveling here. Once they did lose that early game lead that they had with this Pantheon Lee Sin Corki combo here, that's really big for the mid game. They started to make more desperate plays to get back in it with that Baron, and now it's really fallen all to pieces here because even their security blanket, Ackerman, who's supposed to be the insurance plan for the late game, has been unable to really free farm down there. Let's take another look. People just getting picked off here. Kick him away. Voidboy's right back in your face.
And there's just a collapse. And then Cop comes out of nowhere. Everybody was ready for this fight. Curse is just moving as a unit this game.
Very nice to see.
Yeah.
You know, after such a rough start here, Curse, these guys never give up. And again, social media blackout, we can speculate. We can speculate that it worked for TSM. And Curse are definitely playing with a lot of confidence here too.
Oh, Glacial Fisher again. Xpecial is not worried to use that ultimate every time they need to take someone down. And even if he got away, they'll use one of 4 Randuins.
Yeah, there it is. It's all about attack speed slows. That's a little excessive, but they have so much armor.
There's a sale on Randuin.
They can basically ignore turrets right now. They have so many people who can tank turrets. Quas is just ridiculous right now.
Not you, Cop.
Quas has 342 armor on Renekton at 33 minutes. And he's not even up there with the team.
Oh, no! That's not where you want it back. Force pulse for the slow. They're just waiting. They're toying with it. This is the food they're eating right now.
Voidboy has
Don't
even
play with your
more
food.
armor. So it takes him a little while to kill somebody just because he's all this armor.
Just stand still. Make it easier.
He's got run out of mana.
Just one more. Counter-strike into the stun. Yeah! All right. Raise your hand if you thought he was going to get away. Not a lot of hands up. 10K in the lead. They're just under 10K, but they'll get there. The turret inhibitor is going to go down. Curse going for the inhibitor, and they're going to get it. No real pressure from LMQ on this one. 34 minutes in. Curse is going to make it out safe.
They're feeling extremely confident. They don't have to press their advantage right now either. They don't have to overextend. Special does get caught though. Braum shield up.
Oh, Xiao tries to go in. Thinking the team was in, everybody was actually on the exit. And it looks like they are still in their own base right now. They don't even have the strength to come out. The composition kind of crumbling in on their own head as Curse figured out where the in was, and they started to run with it.
Yeah, Xiao cannot do anything
to
this team of beefcakes. It's basically
it's true.
4 giant armor walls and then caught behind them. It was one of the safest AD carries.
Voidboy on the backside. Nobody can even do anything to him right now. No Name gets here with a piercing light from the backside. He's getting hit up. Voidboy finishes the kill. Safe enough to get out there. Cop is very low, but he gets out alive. Great peel from the team and just body blocking. A complete ace. We need some gurneys in the base. Curse is bleeding out as they take the game.
Swag teleport there from
Wow. Quas super teleports
That
in.
teleport did not suck. That was for style point.
20-4, first game here coming into day 2, week 4. Curse takes down LMQ.
Even these teams that are on the bottom of the standings in North America easily take a game off of the top of the table.
Kobe, we said that Curse would always have someone that played well, and then the other team couldn't follow up. Everybody played well this game. That's what happens when Curse comes together as a team. They take the W.
And really, the constant war of vision, I think, is what says a lot for Curse. They did not give up on clearing those wards. Even when LMQ started to get so many deep ones, that's where they really took their advantage. A couple of key picks for Curse. And you get that casted and snowballing, especially against a team like this that's so armor and attack speed oriented. Voidboy had a really nice build path in there, straight into the Frozen Heart right after his Iceborne Gauntlet, and so much defense for all of these Curse members.
A fantastically played game coming in from Curse. Cop keeps himself killed, or unkilled, I should say, on Lucian. That game going 6-0-9. The last time he played Lucian, Curse took down Dignitas. So go figure, it's going to be a good pick coming in for him. Played a little bit of Caitlyn yesterday, did not work out as well. And focusing the 80 carries coming into that game, we thought they might have done a little too much onto Vasily, kind of trying to get him out of the comfort zone. It seemed to work.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game plan coming in from Curse. And they executed it very well, both in-game with their adaptations, seeing LMQ composition as well. And the point you made about Curse also taking a game off Dignitas really goes to show, even Curse have that bad record and they've lost so many games, they still are the team that has the ability to take the games off of any team in North American LCS. Everybody at the top.
Everybody's